The hard hat got to be up here. Cuse in the house. Yeah, you know how Mike's working anymore? We do this for 31 years.
All right, everyone, thanks for joining us. Coach Jack's going to begin with an opening statement, and then we are joined by Coach Sue, Isa, and Melissa tonight. And Coach Sue, worked hard at it. I'm sure Coach Sue will slow down a little bit.
Yeah, what a game for the cause that we played for tonight. You know, we had to really fight hard. It wasn't easy. They didn't give us this opportunity. You know, they had an opportunity and we got it back, and they scored and we got it back. It is indicative of this unbelievable disease called cancer. And this lady next to me had to fight tooth and nails to get through that, and she beat it. She's 7 years removed from cancer, and we had to fight just like she had to fight, not to put basketball in the same context of what she'd been through. But we witnessed how tough this lady is right here, and she's one of the main reasons that we're having as much success as we're having. She's happened to be a great coach. She's a high school coach that was 31 years in this, winning this high school coach in the history of girls basketball. Most importantly, she's my friend, and she's one of my best friends. And to see her overcome what she's overcome, we can overcome anything that we put our minds to. And I just love the way they fought, the way they played for everyone. And you know, the neat thing that happened in that locker room, Isa got alcohol hard hat of the night. And we have such amazing young ladies in our circle. She said, the hard hat doesn't go to me, Coach. The hard hat goes to Coach Sue Ludwig. That's what kind of young ladies we have in our locker room. I'm so humbled by the unselfishness and the humility that they possess, and that's all I got.
Izzy, if you could just kind of talk about that impact being back on the floor. You haven't played a game in 2 months, so how are you able to just fit right back in from before conference play started?
I think when I was returning to play, Coach Jack just told me, just go out there and be yourself. No pressure. I had no pressure, no time. So I feel like I just went out there and did what she told me to do. Just be happy, just play your basketball and see what's going to happen. And I think like because I didn't have any pressure and I just had people behind me and like pushing me to be my best, I think that's why I succeeded tonight.
Isabelle, sort of following up on that. Today you played a more aggressive brand of basketball you've played all season long. What was your mentality coming into this game today compared to the other games you've played since you joined the Orange?
I think I just played free. I just did what I can do, and I haven't been doing it, but I feel like today I just played free. I was like, there's nothing that I can lose if it's just being myself. So I feel like I just tried a little harder to be inside and, you know, just was free.
Alyssa, you pulled in a couple big rebounds down the stretch. Just take me through kind of your thought process and fighting for those boards and helping your team secure them.
Really just staying locked in. You know, like, I'm right there for the rebound, so I got to grab it. I got to do what I need to do to get the boards and just playing my game. You know, I feel like it just started from when I first came in the game, just staying locked in, make sure I crashed the boards, and it just led to what happened towards the end.
How have you been able to, I guess, keep your morale high, even though you've moved to the bench? How are you able to kind of still have your imprints on the team, even though you're still closing the lineup? Just take me through your mentality there.
Really just staying effective any kind of way that I can. You know, one day it might not be scoring or I can't get a rebound, but I can play defense. I can bring good energy. I can communicate. So really just staying effective in any way I can to help my team win.
Isabelle, I know you've only been here for half a year, but given all you've been through in your collegiate career, what does this school and this team mean to you, even if you haven't played a game in 2 months?
Are you going to make me cry? It's not hard to make me cry. But I think just having that people behind me saying that they love me, they're here for me, and oh, God, I just can't talk without crying. I almost did it. It was so close. But I just feel like everybody believes in me, and there's no pressure. I don't put pressure on myself as much anymore because there's so many people behind me just saying, just be yourself, just do you. And I can't talk without crying. I'm so sorry.
Isabelle, late in the fourth quarter, you had a block shot on the defensive end, and then you drilled and hand one on the offensive end. I was wondering if you could take me through that possession and sort of what you saw on the court in that moment.
I just saw the ball. I saw the score. I was like, we got to win this game. And I just did everything I could. I was like, I'm right here. I'm going to use the advantage that I have with my wingspan. I'm just going to block the shot. And I don't know. I just played my hardest. I did everything I could. I can't really remember exactly the play, but I just do whatever I can to help my team win.
Alyssa, I believe you drew 6 fouls this game. You forced 6 fouls. And can you talk about the physicality you play with and how you force the other team to play physical back with you, forcing some contact?
Just playing my game. You know, you want to be tough and get out of me. I can do that too, but just staying aggressive and playing my game. That's pretty much what it is.
Obviously, Coach Jack, like it's a very emotional game. Obviously, Isabelle coming back after a long break.
You can talk to Coach Sue, because I do have to.
Oh, Coach Sue, that's what I'm about to say. What is the message to take from this game? Close game versus just the okay Georgia Tech team. How do you kind of want to, rally the troops going into the Sunday matchup versus Louisville?
Well, I think, every game in the ACC is a dogfight. You can't look at records, right? It goes out the window. Everybody, if you don't play well or they're playing well, anybody can beat anybody. So I think the message is, tonight, Deasia had a good game, but it wasn't, Deasia didn't score the big numbers like she did, in previous games. And I think our supporting cast really came through tonight, mainly these two guys scoring the basketball, and then we stepped up as a team defensively. So I think, again, it's just finding ways to win, and it's not always going to be D. We can't put that, D's going to do what D does, but she needs the rest of us too, and it's not going to be the same person every night. So I think, again, find a way, and we found a way. We dug deep and did what we had to do. So super proud of these guys, and for Izza to do this for me, I mean, she's just, that just shows, the type of person she is. This night is about her, She's a hard ass. She busted her butt out there, and there's nobody more happy than myself and the coaches, because we know how hard she's worked and the struggles that she's come through to get back on the court again and all of those things, and for Alyssa, who has struggled a little bit in some previous games trying to get herself and find herself again back out there. So it was a beautiful thing to see these two guys really rise to the occasion tonight.
This one's for Coach Sue. You guys went down to Atlanta last year, had a tough fourth quarter down the stretch, double-digit loss. And you see your performance in the fourth quarter this year, and you guys are able to pull it out. Just what does it show about kind of the difference between this team this year and last year?
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. Last year, we couldn't close the fourth quarter. This year, you can't beat us in the fourth quarter. Now we're trying to put quarters 1, 2, and 3 together too, so we don't make it so dramatic out there. But listen, no matter how you piece it all together, at the end of the day, you find a way, and that's what we've been doing. I think, again, it's for us to just find more ways to, come out stronger, I guess, in games and different things like that. But again, if you find a way to win in the ACC, it's pretty special every night.
For both Izza and Alyssa, what would you say is the biggest thing that you've learned from Coach Sue in your first year here?
Ooh, that's a really good question. I would say that the biggest thing that I learned is just fight. Just really, when I really first come in here, it's like you don't gotta be the most talented, you don't gotta be the best shooter, the best whatever. Just fight. All you gotta do is show a little bit of fight. You never know what could happen. You go out there, you play hard, you be aggressive. You don't gotta be the best at it, but just do what you can and just stay effective. And I feel like not off the court, not on the court, but off the court as well. So I feel like that's really the biggest thing that I really got from Coach Sue.
And for me, I feel like she teaches me a lot every day, but the main thing that she does to me is she reminds me of who I am and what I'm capable of doing on the court. So I feel like she's always there to remind me we need you, even if it's just bringing energy, just doing whatever you want, we need you. And she reminds me that. Sometimes I forget, but she doesn't let me forget.
Thank you very much, ladies. We'll take questions for just Coach Jack. Coach Sue.
Thank you, babe.
All right, we'll take questions for Coach Jack.
Caught it, but in the middle of the fourth quarter, Isabelle was talking to Deasia, and Deasia's your unquestioned leader, obviously, but for Isabelle not to play a game in 2 months, to do what she did on the court, but to be motivating players off the court, what kind of person is she, and what can she be on the court for you the rest of the way?
She's a pro. She's a pro that had a hiccup for 2 months, and even though she didn't play, she still was a teammate throughout the entire time she was on the sideline. So it was easy for her to be that same person when she got on the court. And they respect the fact that when she didn't give what she can give, she did give what she can give. And that's where the respect came from. If she would have took those 2 months off and did nothing, it would be very difficult to get on that court and kind of communicate with anybody, especially at the age of fair.
Coach, you told me yesterday you were thinking probably 4 or 5 minutes for Isa today. Why was it 20?
Because you know what? I came to this school and my major was management. And I had to change my major because I wasn't good in math. And it's very clear I'm still not good with numbers. She wouldn't let me not play her. And she just said, Coach, I'm ready and you need me right now because the 11 started posting up and our little rookie, was getting taken advantage of. And she wanted to play. I got the nod from Miss Karen to let her play, and you find a way to win the game.
Coach, after Wednesday's practice, you said that having Isabelle back would simply make your rotation better. Today, Isabelle and Isa were arguably the two best players on the court, and just having those big presences inside really helped the team out. How important was it for you to have such a solid and full rotation down low tonight?
Let's not forget about Kyra and Sanaya. They're really good as well. I just think Alyssa plays better with someone that talks with her consistently. And as you can see, is a person that talks all the time. She talks before the issue happens, during the issue, and after it. And I think that's what really helps somebody like a rookie play free because she doesn't have to think because Isa was a communicator. But it's what's going to make us a stronger team going down the stretch into the ACC tournament is the fact that we got 4 strong bigs that can play, and now we can keep Sophie in the guard spot where she actually belongs.
What was the mindset in starting Latham and Varejao in the second half?
It's about what was working, And one thing I love about our team, we're after the game, we're all singing them happy birthday to 4 of our players for the birthdays in February. No one looked at that as that's weird. There's something to think about. They were playing better than the other guys out there, and so we just wanted to start. I totally understand how the first 5 minutes of the second half is how paramount that is, and those two were bringing it, and we made a judgment call.
Coach, obviously I asked Coach Sue the same question, but what do you just remember about that Georgia Tech game last year? They were 0-7 going into that game, and what do you remember about that game last year? Again, what was the difference this time around in that fourth quarter?
Number 5 had 15 rebounds last time. And so we had the soft show on that kid and make certain that she didn't get to the lip of the basket. She had 5 tonight. We had so much going on. We had a double road trip. That was a tough situation. First year, here. I didn't understand what that was like. But I've never been in the gym of Georgia Tech, and majority of the team didn't either. There's a lot of things that went A-wire, including the fact that they were better than us that particular day. And we didn't coach the game as well as we needed to. And so we've gotten better as a coaching staff. We've gotten better as a team. We got more pieces to the puzzle now, and now you got to see us. Last year we just tried to show up and pray that things worked well. This year you got to see us.
Coach, you talked about Isabelle playing more than you expected her to at first. How would this affect her minutes going forward after this game?
I don't know. It depends on practice. I'm a person that believes that how you practice is how you're going to play. Whoever earns the minutes to play, it starts. Simple.
Looking into Sunday's game, do you really have any sort of idea what to expect from her minute load?
No, I'm celebrating wins. I'm going to be where my feet are. A lot of people can go and jump ahead, and I don't even know if Louisville won tonight. It doesn't matter to me. I'm going to enjoy the fact that we beat Georgia Tech for the first time in 2 years.
Thanks,
Coach,
Coach.
I want to bounce off a question that was asked of your players just a moment ago. What have you learned from this team, specifically the resilience in games like tonight?
That's the word right there, resiliency. We know how to win ugly. Last year, we didn't know how to win ugly. We didn't know how to be tied up by 1 in the third quarter and close out. And the eyes that looked at me when fourth quarter started, they were like, what you got for us, Coach? What you got for us? And they were locked on, ready. Didn't know what the score was going to be at the end, but I know that they were going to give us their best effort. That was different from last year. So their resiliency is obvious. And their friendship is very obvious. These young ladies, they get together off the court and they talk to each other and they're friends. And I think that's important. So I know you had a real question. Did you want to ask your question?
No, thank you, appreciate it. And it was more like we talk so much about, game by game analysis, but have you taken the time to kind of take a step back and realize, what you've done in the program, and more importantly, what this community has reacted to what you've done in such a short time here?
There's no time for that. I took a month off in October. There's no more time to take off. We'll reflect when the season ends. These kids deserve it. The ages don't have a lot of time for me to sit back and ponder what I think I've done. This is about these young ladies, and because I'm 57 years old, it's an easy question to answer because I really mean it from my heart that I got to continue to give it my best effort so that her and Elena and Isa can leave here looking back saying, this was the best to ever play here at Syracuse. That's the goal, and one day we'll look back and hopefully you guys will pay for my trip to Turks and Caicos. And then I'm throwing it out there for anybody that got money to do that. But I appreciate that. It's about this team. I appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for all you do.